Well, May is National Skin Cancer Awareness Month, and though we're not thinking about sun and sunscreen the last couple of days because of the weather, we will by this weekend.
Yes, we will when it's going to really warm up. So joining us around the table to talk about it and get a better understanding of the disease is board-certified dermatologist Dr. Sabrina Fabi. This is totally in your wheelhouse.
Yes.
Talk to me about skin cancer itself. It's the leading cause of the main cancer, right, in the country, the one that most people have.
Right, so 1 in 5 Americans will be diagnosed with skin cancer at some time in their life. And it's actually the 5th most common cancer in men and the 6th most common in women. The reason it's higher in men than in women is because men tend to not apply their sunblock maybe as religiously as women do.
Because they think, oh no, I'm fine. That's my husband. Like, oh, whatever. And I'm like, what are you doing? Put sunscreen on.
Exactly.
We're in San Diego.
In Southern California, exactly. And the greatest risk of developing skin cancer is from chronic sun exposure, especially when you're out and about between the hours of 10 to 4 p.m. And not using that regular sun protection, right? Because you're still getting a lot of UVA through your windshield. So it's only that sunlight is penetrating through those glasses, right? And so using a mineral-based block is going to be the best thing to protect you from it.
I know I'm one of those guys that need that sunscreen, need the protection. And of course, a big piece is getting the diagnosis. And you say a big new trend is the tape.
Right, so that's actually really exciting. A local biotech company has come up with a form of a tape. Classically, skin cancers have been diagnosed by doing a biopsy where we actually take a piece of the skin and analyze it in the lab. But what we've actually now developed is this tape by a local biotech company is developing one of them where you apply it on just like Scotch tape, whip it off, and then send it, and they actually look for RNA mutations to see if there's particular RNA expression that's being expressed that you'd only see in a form of skin cancer that you wouldn't see in regular skin.
What's RNA?
RNA is a type of protein that comes from DNA. And then there's another company called Nevome that's actually come up with a tape as well that detects high-risk DNA mutations that you'd only see in a form of skin cancer that you wouldn't see in regular skin.
So the idea of the tape would be it's way less invasive, right? I mean, you go to your dermatologist and they put the tape on, they send it away, they call you back and say, yes, you have skin cancer, no, you don't.
Right, because what you're usually concerned about with any method to detect something is, well, if it's negative, how likely is it that it's really negative, right? And so here the company's actually claiming that if it's negative, there's only 1% chance that it's not negative. So that's a really good statistic.
Okay.
If you take a piece of skin, like a biopsy, it's actually a 9% risk that it may not be negative. So it's actually showing to be a bit better than even a regular skin biopsy.
Okay, and really quickly, could you put like multiple, some people say, oh, I think it's here and here and here and here. Could you put it kind of all over and I'll send it back?
You could, and that's really where the benefit is, because we commonly see people more and more with a lot of atypical moles, and so you don't want to scar someone up, especially when this cancer is the most common between the ages of 25 and 29. You don't want to cut them all over the place, especially on the face. So now we have a modality that allows us to biopsy multiple areas with a little piece of tape and not have to scar people.
Do you hear that?
Some good news.
Put on your sunscreen.
I know.
A mineral-based one
From
with
the
zinc
doctor.
oxide.
Zinc
and ideally something with an antioxidant.
Jason's going to be in his next live shot with the little white part on his nose, right? From the zinc oxide.
Yes.
Sunblock 65, my favorite. There you go.
Sabrina, thank you.
Thanks for having me.